Hi all. I'm going to be making a rabbit today. Just kind of something I drew up on a block of basswood. This is 2¼ by 2¼ by 4 inches long. Guess I better mark the centers. Keep me honest with the carve. Because it's going to be round, I want to kind of make it symmetrical. Even on all sides. Or as close to even as I can make it. Taking off the corners to start. Using one of my favorite knives today. This is my 1 3/4 OCC Tool knife. Take all the corners off. They've all got to be rounded anyway. And holding a block of square wood is uncomfortable. I will make some stop cuts where the ears are going to be. Kind of setting the lines in so I don't lose the lines. Or when I lose the lines, I have a reference. As with all my carves, if you need to pause this as you're going along, please do. Take your time. This is supposed to be relaxing. And for me, most of the time it is. Definitely not a hobby I thought I would get into. Guess I need to make some marks on the top here. I'll set these lines and then I'll make some marks. You can make the ears how you want to make them. I'll make these both sides flopped over. These are just pretty shallow V-cuts. There again, just trying to set it in so I can see what I'm doing. Or see what I need to remove. This is a roughing knife. But there again, use what you have. Whatever knife you have is the knife you need. Don't need to go out and buy something new. Just make sure they're sharp. I stop about every 25 to 30 minutes of carving. I'm going to cut in where the backs of the ears are going to be. Stop cutting or leave up to it. This is not quite a beginner carve. I would probably say this is more of an intermediate. Definitely not advanced, because this is just a caricature carving. You don't have to worry about the measurements of the face to be precise by any means. I'm gonna mark where the removal needs to be for the ears. There's a lot of wood to remove between the ears. Just got back from the saw. I cut out the big spaces where the ears are going to be. That's a lot of wood to remove. You can certainly do it with a chisel. You can do it with a knife. The saw is definitely a much faster way to deal with it. You can use a hand saw if you want to. Use anything you want to. Just gonna make the back of the head a little more shapely. This is all rough. There's a lot of material to remove yet. Gonna thin the ears down a little bit. I did make the right ear a little bit thinner than I should have. Try to get a little bit more egg shape here. Just be careful. Go slow. Keep your thumb out of the way when you're making these kind of cuts. This is a paring cut. I'll cut the head where I want it to be. I don't have any measurements. I just drew the front on and went from there. You could have done it on the corner and had a little bit head start on the head shape. These are just stop cuts, and they're again relieve up to it. Draw the nose on again. Yes, I did put my glove on. Probably should have had it on from the get-go. If you're just starting, yeah, please wear your glove. It saves a lot of blood in the end. As with all sharp implements, if you're using them, you're probably going to cut yourself. I don't know many people that have used a knife for years and not cut themselves. Just depends on how much you like the pain and losing hemoglobin. I'll undercut the ear here. Try to get a little definition where the flop is going to be over top of the back part of the ear. Going around, shaping here and there. Just be careful with these because they will split out on you. And those kind of cuts are the ones that leave marks on your hands. Especially if you're not wearing a glove. Now, this is a cut resistant glove. It just doesn't have any rubber on the palm and the insides of the fingers. Makes it a little easier to grip, but I've never had any issues with these. You can buy these on Amazon for about, I think I got these for $10 for five gloves. Maybe it's 3 pair. Shape the head too while I'm trying to undercut the ear. And in the back of the head a little bit more. I get rid of the saw marks anyway. I'll start shaping the egg a little bit. At least it makes it look like I'm doing something. Again, it was starting to split, so I flipped it over. I'm going to try to get rid of all the milling marks from where it was cut. It's just unsightly. And I like facets on my carvings. You can sand them smooth if you want to. I like the look of knowing that it was hand carved or hand whittled. I guess this would be more of a whittle, being I'm only using a knife. Let's carve in the top of the egg. There is no rhyme or reason to the jagged edge here. Just know which pieces you want to make deeper. You can make cracks all the way down the egg. I am probably not going to do that. Just where I think there's a jagged edge, I'll make a triangle cut or a chip cut. Just make them pretty deep at this point. I still have a lot of material. Just continue around until you have gotten it to where you want it. I'm gonna set in the nose. Just gonna make a flat shelf so it has the eye shelf and the start of the nose. I'm gonna make cartoon eyes on this guy. Chet is his name. It just has indications that it is a rabbit. I'm a pretty pronounced eye shelf, so the nose has got to come in a little bit. I still have a ways to go to push it back yet. It's still a little too out of proportion for me. But if you like the out of proportion, make it a little bit more unbelievable or cartoonish, It's all in how you carve. I know some carvers that go ultra realistic. I haven't made it that far yet. If you've made it to my channel for carving, there's people that are, infinitely better than I am. And everybody has their own style. Doug Linker, Alec Lacasse, Gene Messer, Kevin Coates, just to name a few, Van Kelly. I've watched them a lot. They are infinitely better than I am. But I enjoy what I'm doing right now, so does it really matter? No. Should you compare yourself to anybody else? Nah. Do your own thing. Shake the face here. I'm bringing the nose to more of a nose look, I guess. Because it looks kind of like a dog right here instead of a rabbit. Yep, definitely looks like a dog at this point. Chet the Easter dog. Just take your time. Yeah, definitely still looks like a dog. Taking small cuts. I could probably go to a detail knife at this point. This is a roughing knife. I could have gone with my other OCC Tool knife. It's 1 3/8. It's a little bit smaller than this one. It's about a 1/2 inch smaller. I knew I was gonna do that. That was awfully thin. I tried to wait to the end to mess with the ears, but stuff happens. I'll just take some CA glue and glue it back on. But I will take the opportunity to shape the head a little bit while I don't have the ear in the way. Draw the cartoon eyes on here. These are just, I'll paint the iris in. I just want the indications of the eyes in the carving. You can definitely carve better eyes in if you want. These are just pretty much make the cuts deep enough to where you can come back in and leave a decent cutout. Kind of cutting in indications for the nose. These are what I consider cartoon eyes. Cut across the bottom where the nose meets the eyes. Do the same thing. Make a small cut. And I'll bring the bottom of the eyes back towards the back of the head a little bit. Just to flatten them out. First I want to leave the bottom flat, but I also want to take off the saw marks on the bottom of the egg. Got his chin and his teeth in here. I'm cutting his little button nose in at this point. Just straight, make a stop cut and go straight back on the top. I'm splitting his cheeks and where his teeth are going to be. Making the indication of the nose shelf again. Nothing, just lines. And I'm back. I glued the ear back on with CA glue. Now I'm going to cut off or try to get the CA glue off to where the paint will take the same. Just be careful around a joint like this again. What I did, I took the CA glue and put it on the base of the ear, and then took the ear and sprayed activator on it, and then joined them together. Doesn't take long for the activator to set the glue. And once it was glued on, I took CA glue and filled in the crack that didn't quite meet. Cutting his teeth in. Cutting his bottom jaw a little bit. I'm just going to hit it with just a little touch of sandpaper. There again, I don't want to take off all of the facets. Just want to make sure all the fuzzies are off. Because I really want those facets to pop. This is 320 sandpaper, so it's not aggressive at all. Make sure I have all the CA glue off of it. That's pretty much it. I'll clean it up a little bit here and there where I see maybe some spot that didn't quite look right. Final look. Trying to make the egg look like an egg. This was a fun little carve. Couple more spots here, and I think that's it. Thanks for watching.